Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. Here we have a mystery phonograph. This is not mine. This belongs to the lady that runs the flea market that I enjoy going to. And today, as I was there, she said, hey, I've got something for you to take a look at if you want to. And so now it's home here on the bench, but it will not be staying with me. It will be going back, obviously. So that's why I set this down here to kind of get it off of the grody workbench, because I want this to stay nice while it's here, because it would kind of suck if it wasn't, because I don't really have a use for one of these. I have no idea when this could be from. You could tell me it was 1959, or you could tell me it was 1971. I would believe you either way. I really haven't taken a look at it. I really only opened the lid up and I saw that it's all transistor, and that's all I know, aside from the fact that there is no sound coming out of it. Let's pop the lid up. That's groovy. That's real groovy. Oh yeah. It says all transistor. There we go, we're gonna do this handheld. Down here, Lionel. It's like the trains, I think. It's kind of interesting. I didn't know that they did this. Well, I know they didn't make it, but put their name on it. Very nice. This is unusual. I've never seen this setup before. For your gear selector, neutral, 16, 33, 45, 78. So it's really standard. Turntable mechanism was used 50s through I think probably the 70s when the BSR stuff really took over. Volume and tone. Oh, I may have found our problem here. No, what? It was just free spinning for a second. I hope that's the problem. Huh. Well, let's get this plugged in. So first order of business, before this gets plugged in, the volume knob, here, why don't I just show? The volume knob, it got like squished in, the two prongs of it got squished in, and the knob just kind of free spins on top of that. So, get this in there and widen those out. So then the knob actually has something to grab onto. There we go. Alright, I have it hooked up to the kilowatt so we can see how much it's drawing. I have a 33 RPM record on it. I'm going to be using the micro groove needle. I did check and both needles are in place, so that shouldn't be a problem. Whoa, that ain't right. What the heck? That had like a really long warm-up time for some reason. Because it's a record player, I can hear the needle on the record. That's what you're hearing. There's nothing from the speaker. Well, I think that's enough for me to know to go about diagnosing this thing. So let's crack her open. To get into one of these, it's just 4 screws, 2 on each side. This whole thing is made out of cardboard. Here's the inside. This is all it is. Tiny little circuit board, big motor. That's it. These things are really basic. And right off the bat, I don't see any broken wires. However, this up here got really hot. It looks like almost a soldering iron touched it or something. But I don't see anybody that has been in here. Anyways, let's get this board out and take a look. Well, this thing's actually pretty neat. Look at all those old transistors. Really old transistors. Looks like it's pretty low voltage too. That's always welcome. We can recap this thing for only a couple pennies. I don't know how well you can see that, but we have a date stamp of 33rd week in 1965, so this unit is a 1965. At first, this is kind of weird, but the board has a date stamp of August 3rd, 1955, and I took a really close look, and that does say 55, and that transistor style, I think, is really early, like 1955 early, but this is a 1965. I think that's probably either a misprint or I don't know what. Transistor is probably just a coincidence, because I couldn't imagine this being from 55. I don't know. I could be wrong. Like I said, I really don't know very much about these. Well, first things first, let's see if we have a good speaker. Have the speaker connected to the output of my good old JVC PC-V55 boombox from the 80s. So, let's see. Oh yeah. That speaker's good, and it rattles the table. Wow. So we know our speaker is in really good condition. It actually sounds great for what it is. I bet it's a pretty big speaker. I don't know, maybe just half and half or whatever. And I tested the volume pot, and it's not a problem. That thing works fine. Alright, well, I got it kind of put back together. All the wires are installed. I changed the old school oil capacitors, Japanese oil caps. Here they are. These guys usually go open, so I figured that would probably be a good place to start. All really common values, so let's try it out. Ooh, I hear sparkles from the speaker. I think it's gonna work. Floated on water, scratchy, but it works. So we'll have to clean that. Hey, look at that. The amplifier works, though. Cool. Also, this is kind of interesting. It's just something I noticed. The motor warms up way quicker now. Even with a disc on it. Record. There's a proper term. No, a vinyl. A vinyl. Anyways, got that thing cleaned up. Some deoxit, along with the tone knob. And little Moses was, as you can see, not scratchy anymore. So yeah, that thing works. Excellent. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.